Hello everybody, Napkin99 here, and welcome back to the Pixelmon Let's Play series. First things first today, I am tired of having to fish between episodes to get food, so we're going to build a farm over here. We're just going to build some wheat fields over here. As you can see, I've already laid out a little bit of a path. So this path actually connects all the way back around to the path we built in the last episode, over by the berries. And then these little ones are just going to branch off into the farm. It's not going to be a huge farm. We're just going to kind of go in this area I've taken all the grass out of. And then I think we're going to build a fence that goes up to the forest and then stops at the forest. And then these trees will be kind of a natural barrier. A lot of my crops are probably going to get trampled still. That's okay. So I'm going to start by building a little gate here. Maybe something like this, and then maybe we do something like that. Let's see how this looks. Sure, why not? And then for the rest of this fence, we'll probably just put some little oak pillars and a spruce slab on top. And then we'll kind of fill in the gap with these spruce fences. Now we're just going to collect some water and start making some little 1x1 water things around here so our crops don't dehydrate. Now that we've got a bunch of water in, we just need to till all the soil and plant the seeds. So we're about as done as we can be at the moment. We don't actually have enough seeds to fill in nearly all of this yet. But we've got what we have in here. And I've also planted some more trees over here, so when those grow we'll have a nice little area over here. So our next goal in this episode is to catch the Regi Pokemon, so all 6 of those. I actually looked them up since last episode, and none of them are actually high enough level to learn Explode, or Self-Destruct, or whatever. So we didn't actually need the Damp Paris, but we're going to use it anyways, just in case. So this is the best one I've gotten so far with Damp. I did have one with 5 max IVs, but I didn't have Damp. So this one is still pretty good though. So you can see we've got max attack, defense, and special defense, and then just one below on the speed. The special attack doesn't super matter. The only kind of bad thing is the HP is only 4. And then its nature is also kind of bad, but it's alright. So I'm going to use our new XP grinder here and see how high we can get this leveled up. I also wanted to point out that while we were hatching eggs between episodes, we actually got a Tornadus, a Meloetta, and most recently a Cosmog, which I'm actually super excited about because I've been waiting for one of these forever, and we need 4 of them, so we've got the first out of 4 for those. So we've got our Parasect here, trained up to level 71, and while he was leveling up, he learned Spore and Stun Spore, so we can either paralyze or we can put the target to sleep. We'll probably try sleeping first, just because it gives you a little bit better chance of catching the Pokemon than paralyzing it does. And we've also EV trained this Parasect, so it's not like perfect EV training, but it's makeshift. So we've got full on attack, we got about half towards defense and the other half towards special defense. And then all we have left to do is give the False Swipe TM to him in replace of this Scratch, and now he is ready to go. So our first stop here is in the mesa where we can find Regirock. So he spawns in the afternoon in mesas below Y50. So we're going to have to dig down a bit here and mine out an area. So for most of these I'm actually going to go into Ultra Space, but since my mesa in Ultra Space is even 2 times further away than this one, and I don't think it's that big, I'm just going to be going to underground here in the overworld. So I've gone a little further down than we need to. I've gone down to about diamond and redstone level because it wouldn't hurt to get more of those while I'm down here. So I've got my thunderstone armor on and I've got efficiency 5, so I'm just going to start clearing out an area here. Another benefit to doing this mesa one actually underground in the overworld is if we find lava pits like this, we can actually have heatran spawn near them at any time of day or even at night. So we could have a chance of getting that legendary as well, which would be pretty good. Our first Regirock spawned here. Let's see if he's in our area. There he is. Alrighty, let's shoot, our ender chest is over there, so we're gonna try this without the master ball. And hope he doesn't walk into lava. Alrighty, let's see if we can quick ball him. Probably not, but we'll try it anyways. Nope. Alrighty, so we are going to start false swiping him. It's going to take a bit because he has quite a bit of defense, so that's why I wanted really high attack on this guy. Yeah, we're doing like no damage to this guy. Oh, and we got him. Awesome. So that's the first one down, and it's on to the next one. So for our next one, we're going to go for Regice, which spawns below freezing biomes in the morning, below Y50. So we're going to do this one in the overworld as well, because I would still like to mine for some more resources. And this also helps me get blocks to build platforms in Ultra Space. So we're just going to dig down here, and we'll see what we can find. And looks like we've got our Regice spawned here, so let's see if we can get this guy. And we got it. Awesome. So that's 2 out of 6 now. So I believe the next one we're going to go for is actually Registeel. So let's head over to Ultra Space and find some mountains. So we're in Ultra Space here in the Extreme Hills biome. And how we're going to go ahead and do this is we're going to drop some water down. And we are going to build a platform below this island so that all this land above will cover the platform we're making down below, which will make that platform down below underground, so we can technically get Registeel to spawn without having to mine out a huge area. So we have the water running down so we can kind of have a way to get us back up here. We could also fly on our Talonflame possibly to be able to place these blocks to make a little tower going down here. So let's see. So we just need to go below Y50, so this is already low enough, but we're just going to make sure it goes below the whole island here. So if we fly around over here, yeah, this is probably good enough here. So we're just going to make a little platform here so we have a place to land. And now basically we just have to build a big platform down here. So I've made a slight bit of error here. It looks like the Pokemon can't spawn on the cobblestone for some reason, even though it says on the wiki that they can. They're only spawning on stone and dirt that I've placed down here, so I'll use what stone I have with me, otherwise I'll probably have to go back and get some more. Or maybe do the Regigigas in the overworld and use that to mine for smooth stone, because pretty much everything I've mined up so far is cobblestone. I think I have like one shulker full of stone with me. So I actually went back into the overworld here to look for Registeel, and we actually just had it spawn. I'm not sure where. We may have... Oh, there he is. He's up there. I was going to say maybe he spawned in a cave around here, but he's just up in the ravine. So let's see if we can get this. So let's try our... Maybe try our dusk ball. They're underground, so maybe this will work. Oh, that'll do it, I guess. Alright. Awesome, so we've got the 3 original ones that are before Regigigas. So I'm going to head over to the savannah now and start looking for Regigigas. So I'm in the savannah here now. I have mined out an area down underneath the ground for Regigigas, because he actually spawns below Y40 in the savannas at dawn and dusk. So it's a little bit lower down than other ones, but we just did it at the same level because we've been doing it at Y12 for all of them, and that is below 40, so it works. Anyways, I'm going to AFK here for a bit and see if we can get our Regigigas. Regigigas! We finally got him to spawn. I've been AFKing here for a total of probably over 15 hours. I mean, these dawn or dusk spawns are ridiculously hard to get sometimes. And we got him. So for our next Regidrago, we are in the Nether in a Nether fortress, because that is where he spawns during the entire daytime. So we're going to sit here and wait. I don't really think we need to do anything with this, just because the structure is pretty big, and in my testing in creative, it still pretty much spawns nearly every time, so we won't build any platforms between all these gaps or anything. AFKing here, I just saw a Heatran spawn. Where is he? Is he somewhere safe? Please tell me he's somewhere safe. Ouch. Let's see if I can find him. I know one of the things he likes to do is spawn in these big lava pools and then he just sinks to the bottom. There he is, he's in the lava fall. Let's see if we can not poniard. Let's get him before he goes too deep. Awesome. Alright, so I should probably look up if he can hurt himself. Doesn't look like he can hurt himself, but it looks like he's probably going to kill our guy here. This Poniard really wants to fight. He better not push me off this. I'm watching you, Poniard. Go away. And we got him. Awesome. So that is an extra legendary we have gotten today. I'm going to kill this guy because he was scaring me. So we're just going to sit here and wait for Regidrago still. If we get another Heatran, I guess we'll try to catch him too. So I've been AFKing here for quite a bit actually and haven't gotten one to spawn, so I think I'm going to mine up some netherrack and make some platforms between all these bridges, just so we get the maximum amount of spawning space here. And it should all count as indoors because there's netherrack above us as well. Well, we got a Marsh Shadow to spawn. Let's see if I can catch this one. This one might be a little tricky because it is ghost type. So, we're probably going to see if we can Giga Drain without killing it here. Alright, that got it pretty low. Maybe we'll just try to put it to sleep. And we actually got it. It healed itself, and we used a Dusk Ball, so I'm actually quite surprised we got that there. Okay then. So I've just discovered something. The clocks you can make in Pixelmon actually work in the Nether in the end, and I imagine it also works in Ultra Space. So daytime, technically dawn starts at 6 o'clock here at the bottom dot, and then when it comes back around at PM, nighttime will start at 6 o'clock as well. So we can pretty much keep it daytime all the time here in the Nether now. So basically just when it hits 6 o'clock again, we head back through the Nether portal and we have a bed right on the other side, and then we head back through. So this should hopefully increase our chances a little bit. Looks like we finally got him to spawn here. Let's see where he's at. There he is. Alrighty, let's get him. If we can throw the Pokeball right. And we got him. And with that, we just have one more left to go. So we are in the end now at our end city because the last Regi we need is Regieleki, which spawns in the end cities during the afternoon. So this one might be a little tricky, but we do have this really big end city here, so we did get a bit lucky with this. So I have recently acquired some new information. So it is morning because I just went and slept, just to make sure that it's possible for legendaries to spawn. If we do the check spawns legendary command, you can see nothing actually shows up. So this is a bug in the current version of Pixelmon. So basically what happens is the first time we load this end city, so when we very first came here in episode 10, legendaries were able to spawn here, but now, since we've closed the game, they no longer can. So when you close the game, this end city will no longer work for spawning legendaries, no matter what you do. So this means we have to find a new end city and use that without logging out of the game. You also cannot go back to the overworld, but you can leave the chunk. So if you leave the chunk, come back, it should still work, but if you go back to the overworld, to the portals, it will no longer work. So I have my sword and my bow with me again, because we're going to have to clear out some more shulkers once we find another one. So I'm going to start flying in this direction, see if we can find one. Looks like we got one up in the distance here, although unfortunately it looks like a very small one, so we may not even... Yeah, we may not even use this because this is going to be super, super low chance. Although we may come in and steal the loot at least. But if we look at the command here, you can see Deoxys can spawn because it's morning. Oh, and there's actually just another one right over here. So that's the one we just found, and here's a big one with an end ship and everything. So this one may work. Yeah, this one's pretty big as well. And just to double check, yep, legendaries can spawn here. So we will clear out some of these shulkers here and hopefully get some legendaries to spawn. If we can get Deoxys here, depending on how long it takes to get Regieleki, or maybe we'll get Deoxys before we get Regieleki, we will just stay here and try to get both, so that we don't have to go find another end city. Looks like we may have cleared this end city out of all of its shulkers. There were actually quite a few, and I was starting to get worried because I realized I didn't bring any extra food with me, so all I had left were these pork chops. But we also managed to find another Master Ball in one of the loot chests in here, so we have another one now. Okay, I was making sure I wasn't falling into the void there, that would have been bad. So we're going to AFK here now and see if we can get our last Regi. So only about a minute later, it looks like we actually have a Deoxys spawning here, so let's see where he's at. It's going to be a little difficult because we haven't cleared out any of these areas, so I'm going to try to listen for him while looking through these windows as well. Hello Deoxys. Where art thou? I hope he didn't spawn on one of these towers, because that'd be kind of annoying. Guess we should try to look around the... Oh, there he is. Let's try to get in this building and fight him from safety. Probably should have brought a healer with me, but might have some healing items in my ender chest as usual, so we should be okay. Worst case scenario, we just master ball this guy. Okay, he hurts me a lot. And we got him. Awesome. That's an interesting achievement. So we got Deoxys now, so we won't have to find another end city once we get Regieleki. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to pronounce it. It's kind of a weird name. So I'm going to keep AFKing here, and I'll see you in a little bit. And we've got Regieleki to spawn here. Let's go find him. He's actually pretty big, so we should be able to find him fairly quickly. I can see him poking out over here. Alrighty, so let's get our Parasect out here and catch this guy. And we got it. Awesome. So that one was actually probably the hardest to catch out of all of them, just in terms of it killing all of our Pokemon. Granted, we were also a little weakened from fighting that Deoxys just a little bit ago. But that is the last Regi we needed. So we are back home here, and we are in our legendary lab. And just for a quick reference, this is what our legendary board looks like right now. And this is what it looks like after. So we got quite a few legendaries today. We actually got 10, including the Cosmog we caught before our little Regi-Rumble. So we got the Cosmog, we got all 6 Regis. We got Regice, Regirock, Registeel, Regigigas, Regieleki, and Regidrago. And then we also caught a Marshadow and a Heatran in the Nether. And we got a Deoxys in the end. So actually our first Heatran that we caught has a little thing after his name that says the Sociable. Kind of like our Zacian, our very first one that says Zacian the Grumpy. So these are like these little ribbon things. I'm not sure if they're rare or not, but we also got one on our Marshadow. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Also, just a quick update on our Pokédex. We are now at 480 out of 898, so we're a little over halfway. I believe we need about 418 more, so we are getting there. Anyways, I'm going to have to go ahead and end the episode here for today. I'm sorry it took so long to get out. I know it's a week later than it usually is, but some of these legendaries, it's hard to plan an episode around, especially when there's so many of them, because like Regigigas took quite a while to get. Even Regidrago, surprisingly, took quite a while. But before I end the episode, I want to ask you guys a question. In episode 14, so not the next one, but the one after, I plan to finish catching a whole generation of Pokemon, so whichever ones I don't have. So I want you guys in the comments to tell me which generation you want me to catch. Anyone from 1 to 8. None of them are off limits. So pick whichever one you want, let me know in the comments. And whichever one gets the most votes will be the one I do. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.